Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today. Out in the dock this morning and just checking everything out. It's overcast. It's definitely not Vegas weather, I'll tell you that. But is it time to panic yet? Is it? It's getting close, okay? So much to cover. And please, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold, which I will talk about later. But let's get right into it. Corporate bankruptcies. Bankruptcies, guys, are through the roof right now. And the thing that you're seeing is you're seeing more companies file at a complete record pace. All the different statisticians and everybody that keeps records for this are saying that this is going to be a record year, and this is just the beginning. So is it time to panic yet? Who knows? We've seen Bed Bath & Beyond, Party City, Silicon Valley Bank. You've seen a lot of people go out of business that have a lot of assets right now. Now here's the thing. A friend of mine in Vegas sends me a great video about a bankruptcy attorney telling him, hey, listen, I am at a record pace right now. Not it's getting busier, it's at an all-time high right now. And what you're seeing is people's personal bankruptcies where they got themselves overextended, bought real estate, have corporate debt, have personal debt, have credit card debt, and they're completely upside down right now. And that bankruptcy attorney is through the roof. So, I'm sitting there listening thinking, you know what, maybe I should call my guy and ask him how he's doing. Now, I have a friend who's a lawyer who, and that's the thing, my late girlfriend was a law professor that taught everybody, she taught everybody how to pass the bar. That was her thing. And one thing I did with that is I met, hundreds of lawyers that she helped get through in the time that we were together, probably 1,000, but anyways, just so many lawyers. But I was always fascinated with where these lawyers went to go practice in. And bankruptcy was a big thing. And it's also, people that like numbers, people that have an accounting background that like finances, they like to do this. And I spoke to this guy who does civil litigation, slip and fall type stuff, personal injury, business litigation where, the contract dispute, things like that. And he does bankruptcies. And I said, hey, have you noticed that the bankruptcies are up? Oh, Dan, we're hiring 4 more lawyers right now just for the bankruptcy side. Really? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're seeing more companies that are in trouble because they can't get credit. The pandemic money is done. They squandered it and they thought they'd have more because, we got an extra $300,000 this year. And people didn't save that money. They just spent that money. And business, as it dropped off the face of the earth, these people did not prepare for that, which nobody knew what was going to happen, okay? And I understand that. But one thing that's crazy is that these lawyers are very, very busy. The stories below talk about how globally, they're talking about how, when you look at this, I found some great stories. The first 3 months of the year, bankruptcies were up 23%. None of us noticed this. None of us thought about this because during that time we had the banking shenanigans that happened. But companies in general couldn't get money and were having real trouble. Then you step it up even higher and you get to June where you have the fiscal year. It's funny, I can't stand people that have the fiscal year that ends in the middle of the year. But as far as all these financial companies and all these different businesses, they end June 30th. Well, bankruptcies were up almost 30% during that time. 30% during this time. And when you think about this and you have a total pre-pandemic, let's just go back to that, of 23,000 bankruptcies a year, and right now you're at 38,000 in the same category. That is nuts, guys. It's double. It's going to be triple by the time everything clears and it's all said and done. So more companies that have more assets are going down right now. Think about this. If you have $100 million, there are more companies, record pace right now, record pace for companies that have $100 million in assets that are filing for bankruptcy right now. Now, if you know of a business that's in trouble, you know, or someone's personally in trouble with this, a little bit of advice that was given to me was you don't go out and continue to borrow. You don't continue to act like, I'm just not going to pay anybody, so I'm not going to worry about this stuff, because that's not how it works. They're going to come after people for stuff like that. So what you have to do is you have to get all your debts in order and make sure that everything's done. My recommendation that was given to me and that I've told friends and other clients and things like that is, you know, wait at least 60 days. 90 days is the preferred date after the last time you've paid anything. And the reason for that is you don't want to be accused of, you know, your credit cards, building up your credit cards and then filing. Get yourself in order unless it's an emergency, unless you cannot get out of something, there's a lawsuit or medical bills, or they're leaning on you, or they're attaching something that, you know, the government or anything like that. There's things that you can do to protect yourself faster. And sometimes you have to rush it out. These companies have had to do that. But guys, this is disturbing at this point. Read the stories below. And, you know, when you look at a company like Epic, EPIQ, this company that does all this bankruptcy data, and you look at all these charts that I found that just show that everything's up here right now, where it was down here before. And the problem with that is that if you work for a company and you are a 1099 contractor, or you get paid from them, and you think, I think they're having trouble or getting stories, fix it. Fix it now. Two things. 11 months ago, I met a friend who was selling his last 3 houses and was talking about how vendors were not paying him. And I said, wow, let me show you how to get control of this. And within 45 days, nobody owed him any money from where they were. He was chasing them week after week, him and his wife. Please, okay? And you have to reel it in. And one thing that people that are in accounts receivable and accounts payable know is, you know who's giving you stories now. You know who's not paying. This is what's happening with all these companies right now. You're seeing this more and more and more right now. And what's disturbing about this is that you're seeing people that used to owe you 40 grand, then they owed you 80, then it got to 120. Now it's 160, okay? And you just can't cut these people off. If you cut them off, you will not collect a dime. You'll have to sue them to get your money, and then you will be at the bottom of the stack. You need to work out a plan with them. And if you know of anybody that's in accounts receivable, or, you know, you want them to be the hero, they start reeling it in with everybody, okay? You don't cut people off, but you reel it in because you want to be the biggest voice. You also don't want to be just a headache that shuts them off, because people are stupid. I'll teach you, we won't sell to you, and they will go someplace else. A lot of these vendors, when you hear these stories, that's what they've done. So, you know, when you look at retail establishments and you see places like Bed Bath & Beyond, that, you know, it's just a broken business model. And you see the fact that people don't want to go to work. They don't want to work in a office anymore. It's just the sign of the times. But the thing that you have is they have mortgages, they have rent, they have payments, and it's a trickle-down effect that's going to destroy businesses and companies, and you're going to see more banks go down because of this corporate debt. There's $1.4 trillion worth of corporate real estate debt that's coming due in the next couple of years. Our national debt is about to hit $33 billion, $296 billion more this month. Trillion, I hope I said trillion. Trillion, $296 billion more this month. It's just going through the roof, guys. They're just printing checks, but they're not giving away any money. The free money love is over. This is all interest on this debt, which is destroying everything right now. So, from my friend in Vegas to my friend talking about how, wow, it's just started, Dan. It's crazy. You're gonna see some stuff. I can't wait to tell you. Okay, well, good. We got a lifeline to him to get more intel on all this stuff. But everything right now points to a problem. Is it time to panic? No. If you know that things are bad, you're okay. Now think about this. 1/3, new stat, 1/3 of people that make $150,000 a year, 1/3 of them are living paycheck to paycheck. which is worse. And you can say, oh, we've heard that before, Dan. It's just people are having a difficult time. No, this is a higher income level, okay? It's double the median income of 74,000. It's double that. So think about this. You can't, 150 grand here, you can rent an apartment, okay? Nice, okay? Better not eat out too much. But certain places in the country, you can live pretty decent for 150 grand. Saw houses in Vegas, 2,400 bucks a month that were like, wow, it's a house, backyard, So that's where we're at right now, guys. But these bankruptcies, just the beginning. And if you, again, limit your liability. Be the squeaky wheel, but be effective. Hey, we'll do X, like my friend that was owed all that money. Listen, we're going to deliver this, and then you're going to pay us this. Oh, wow, seems kind of different. Normally, you deliver all this, and we just give you a little bit of money. No, days are done, finished. Okay, so be careful. If you know of anybody that collects money, tell them to get ready, because this is only the beginning and it's going to get worse. Is it time to panic? Yeah, it is. Kind of is time to panic and get yourself ready. But if you're ahead of the game, then you won't panic. But these people that make 150 grand a year and cannot survive and are just tapped out, you're going to see more and more of that. So let me know what you think about this so far. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. The Fed, since they've gone on their rate increase frenzy, has raised rates 11 times. This month, I'm convinced that they're going to do it again, but wait and see, guys. You need to protect yourself right now, and you need to look at getting gold in your portfolio to protect yourself, your family, and your retirement. The best place to do that is the #1 rated Patriot Gold Group. Call them today, 888-330-1431, and get a free investor guide. It's absolutely no obligation. They sell all types of metals as well. Gold, platinum, palladium, and of course, my favorite, silver, they sell. I am not just a spokesman for the company, I am a client of theirs and I love their customer service, but do yourself a favor, protect yourself. Get some information from people that know what they're doing, that have great service. Call Patriot Gold today. Do it now before it's too late. You know what the Fed's gonna do. They don't care about us. You need to protect yourself. Call them today, 888-330-1431 before it's too late. Now, here are two stories to show you how messed up this world is that we live in. Here in Newport Beach, up the street from here, about 1.5 miles from where I'm standing right now, there was a jewelry store that was hit, okay, just a couple days ago with a smash and grab robbery. They stole 23 Rolex watches, 23, okay, inside of 20 seconds. They walked in, hammers, boom, 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 grabbed everything, and were gone in less than half a minute. That is crazy. But here's the thing, these robbers, they use bear spray, which if you've ever had that, it takes down bears, guys. It is a pepper spray that's just, to take down a very large animal. And they take out the guards and they smash everybody, but they have hammers. Now, is that an armed robbery? Because they have a hammer, Are they strapped? Do they have weapons? You know what I mean? They're all masked up. It's very coordinated when they do these things. Now, somebody sent me from the Glendale Gazette or Glendale newspaper how, hey, bail is going to change in Los Angeles County for the Los Angeles County Superior Court as of October 1st. You have to read this because I'm telling you, there is no more bail, guys. You could basically get caught doing that, smashing the jewelry store, and which would normally be felony festival, okay? And no. Here's a notice to appear. It's a ticket. It's the same thing as driving without your seatbelt right now. It's that insane. That's how LA County is right now. So guys, this is only getting worse. It's only escalating. You're going to see more and more crime that's getting out of control right now. So with that, you know, what's the right answer? It's clearly not cashless bail for this stuff. So this is crazy, guys. And these smash and grabs are only escalating because nobody's getting charged with a crime right now. No one's being prosecuted. No one's being held accountable for anything right now. And read this. I mean, you wouldn't believe this unless you, City of Glendale wants to make this announcement. Please be aware that all these people are going to get notices to appear. I'm telling you guys, it's crazy. So let me know what you think about all this right now, because it's nuts, okay? Here's another story. An elderly couple who lived in a house for 20 years, Ishmael and Angelica Ramirez, get notice that their house is in foreclosure. Well, wait, how could that be? Well, the son, their idiot son, I think his name is Puto changed the title. So Puto Ramirez, or it's Peter Ramirez, anyways, you get the gist. So, guy changes the title to their house to where they don't own it, and then sold it to somebody else. And they're like, what are you talking about? How could my son do this? Okay? So the son changes title to the house. These people don't own the house right now, and the house is in foreclosure because of their idiot son. So more and more, again, hey, listen, Puto, we arrested you. Here's your notice to appear. Oh yeah, I know you stole your mom's money. And you know, for a kid, a grown man, to do this to his parents, he's the level of degeneracy, okay, you can only imagine. But again, how do you undo this? And you've seen those commercials for, hey, home title theft. That's what this was, by their own son, okay? The story is below, and this is awful. This is on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 60, okay? But let me know what you think about that, okay? The number of people that are still staying at the MGM Grand is mind-boggling to me. Things are still shut down. I mean, you're not getting access to the best service. Why would you be there? Why would you not leave? I mean, incredible. Mary Barra is the CEO of GM. She steps forward and says, this is a strike that did need to take place, but it did, and you guys are responsible for it. That's what I think. But what just happened is hundreds of contract workers let go right now. So it's going to start to affect people that are not part of the union. It's going to start destroying everything. But again, they lost billions of dollars the last time they had a strike. And I love this one. We only have inventory for just a short period of time. Who's racing out to buy these cars? Seriously, who is? Who is racing out to buy a new car right now from Ford or GM? Nobody I know, nobody smart I know is doing that. So, Mohammed Al-Arian, okay, financier, brilliant, economist, steps forward and says, listen, you're going to see such a corporate problem starting in the next couple of months because people in business are going to have to refinance their debt, and it's no longer here, guys. It's up here. And again, you're going to see so much construction that's not going to get completed because they didn't get the permitting process done. Grading took a little longer than possible. Oh, framers barely show up. They leave at 2 o'clock. Things like that are going to be a problem because now when they need more money, it's up here, sky high. So this is just the beginning of this. And again, you're going to see more companies go bankrupt right now than ever before. Do I think Ford and GM are going to go out of business? So for some reason, the government prints money and does them favors, but this is insane right now. And again, the strike, the fact that when you start learning what these people made, it's not enough money. There really isn't. And the fact that they're not making money, the fact that Ford's going to lose $4.5 billion, what business model is that? Seriously, what business model is that? If you turn on the news and you see the striking workers, all they talk about is how they hate working on those cars. Cannot stand it. It's not fair. Why are we being forced to do this when nobody's buying them? We've got so many of them completed. Okay, you don't see that, okay, in the Wall Street Journal. Why is that? Okay. Real estate is completely upside down right now. And one thing that a friend of mine asked me about was, hey, is it true about the insurance and the questions? I said, yeah, you're a fool. If you're looking at a house right now and you don't have the insurance locked in first and you know what you're going to pay right now, then you're done. And then my cousin last night, who's buying insurance, buying a car for his kid, and good kid, so that's nice, he deserves that. But he's like, there's only 2 companies right now in California that'll write new policies, especially for somebody his age. So, end of an era, guys. It's done. So you just think it's not, go buy the car, get the insurance. What are we going to get? Oh, we'll go to Geico. Okay, no. Okay, and I don't think they're one of the ones that are open. So you can't call Flo right now, if you know what I mean. So share your thoughts on this stuff so far, but the price of everything is here. The fact that these companies are doomed. I mean, it's like MGM. When do they go out of business? How long can they last under this deal with the corporate shenanigans and how bad it is? And they had such a COVID hit during that time. And still there's casinos and stuff. If you've ever driven to Vegas, State Line's a joke. State Line's a swap meet out there compared to what it was. It used to be a place to, use the restroom, have a drink, maybe get a quick snack. No, you don't. You just want to lock your door and rip through that because it's so dangerous. Okay? So, speaking of dangerous, there's a boat filled with women over there. That could be fun. It's an invite you need to get every now and then. Look at that boat. That's a beautiful boat. Anyways, share your thoughts. I'm going to finish this video with these last couple stories. And there was a Norwegian man in Norway that wanted to get off the couch. 51-year-old Erland, his last name is Bohr, because he's a bore. Anyways, he wanted to get off the couch and go do something. So Mr. Bohr went out and got himself a metal detector and found what they say is one of the greatest finds ever for gold. Definitely one of the greatest Norwegian finds. Now here's the thing, it was from Captain Sabertooth, a pirate. That was really his name. And then it was found in Stavanger, not Scavenger, but Stavanger. You can't make up these great names, okay? So Mr. Bohr, who's probably boring, got up and, you know how many times you see those guys with the metal, I don't know, I live in an area where we see the metal detector guys all the time. And they dig down and it's a bottle cap or something, things like that. But Erland Bohr got the prize of a lifetime because he got all these gold coins that were from a pirate ship, and they say it's the find of the century for gold. So don't make fun of those guys like I do. Final story, which I love this one. So a woman in Australia that she got takeaway and it was inedible, and I just gave them a 1-star review and I thought it was horrible. The food was just awful, god awful. So the god awful food, she left a review, and now they're going to sue her for the review because it was just too much. The review was too negative. How many times, man, back in the day, my daughter had a term for me, that I was default a-hole, and that I would snap. Oh, really? That's what you want? And Dan today can't do that, So I don't snap. It's also not good for my high blood pressure. I don't have high blood pressure though, but you know what I mean. So anyways, have you ever left a negative review that left people sideways? Now, I love it when people get sued for stuff like this because there are vindictive people out there that write reviews that are bogus, and there is a place in hell for those people. But the things that are fake, and if you guys have ever looked up certain football players that have had things written about them, had the domain name stolen and things like that. There's a lot of cool things. Plus, people get sued for that now. When you figure out who did it, even years later, you can sue these people. So have you ever had somebody write something negative, or have you ever done that, or just out of spite to do it? The greatest story that I heard recently was a guy was on a bus, and so I don't know this person, but the guy behind him was talking about how he broke up with this woman that he dated. Basically, he said a month and a week, so that's 5 weeks he dated this girl. And Crazy started to leave negative reviews on his business with other people's names, with the same ISP. So they knew it was lunatic. And she just did this to destroy his business. And my favorite one that she did was she dumped ready-made concrete in his gas tank. So felony, I'm sure, serious crime, but she'll probably just get her notice to appear. If it was in New York, but if it was here in California, they would just say, oh, swing by the court in 3 years, and we'll talk about this. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you want to email me, hello@iAllegedly. Onward and upward, guys, and we'll see you guys very soon.